Hey y'all, and welcome back to Growing with Ray. In today's video we are doing a garden tour. First and foremost, my hollyhocks are falling over, but y'all, I did some stuff with y'all earlier this week in between our rain, and I was told we about to get rain in about an hour. So y'all just gonna see the in-betweens of everything, because that video footage, the memory card got corrupted. I didn't know if I formatted it, it would delete everything. So we're gonna do a garden tour for July, early July, and we just gonna roll with the punches of it. It's still too hot, too rainy for us to sit here and do the drip irrigation system for our GreenStalks. But I'm making sure I got all the pieces, so I'm gonna be getting some more pieces tomorrow, because we're supposed to be going to a farmer's market, so I'm gonna be getting some more pieces tomorrow. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all, let me go ahead and show y'all what's going on in the garden. Let me show you the things I've transitioned, the things I've pulled, the things I've planted, and all of that fun stuff in between, okay? Let's go. All right, y'all, so first thing first, remember I told y'all where the cucumbers are at, that I'm gonna make it into a melon patch? Well, these are all of the melon starts, and if you don't know, when Sunday hit, we had 110 days left of our growing season. So anything that's 80 days or less, I am replanting or adding to the garden to have more plants of. And if you look back there, that's all the cucumbers. I have a few that I do need to harvest, but in these areas, we used to have squash there. And I have pulled up the squash because vine borers got it, y'all. They completely decimated and destroyed them. So these are melons that are going to come out here. And this is what we're going to do. These are 2 royal golden watermelons that's going to go right there. We have a French variety of a melon that I'm going to put here. And don't forget, I did tell you guys, I'm going to eventually pull these cucumbers. I'm just kicking back debris of things that I've pulled. But if you're wondering what vine borer damage looks like to your plant, it looks like this at the base. This is what happened to my plants. When I say I barely tugged them and they just came out the ground, this is from the vine borer. This is another French variety, and I'm going to put that right here. These are the ones that's doing a lot, and these are the blacktail watermelons. So I'm going to put them here, and because they have multiple seedlings in them, I am putting them in the ground with multiple. This is going to be the Orange Glow watermelon, and it's going to go right here. Now, coming into the cucumbers, I did tell you guys in another video, some of these should be Boston pickling. Some of these should be like a master more. They're different kinds, but they're all smaller. So here's one, but this is not the one I saw earlier. So let's get the other one, and then we can finish the tour. With the amount of rain we've been getting, these have been filling out so nicely. And if you want me to do a video on pickling these, let me know. Because they're super productive, but I'm never putting cucumbers on the ground like this again. I said I was going to make a makeshift cucumber trellis, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, since I put the cucumbers right here in this bed, we got about 5 of them today. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is my bean bed. This is bed number 13. I did direct sow these. They've been out here maybe 2 weeks. They're looking fantastic. Sometime next week, they should start to flower. And we'll be getting a whole lot of green beans, y'all. Moving over in between bed 13 and 14, this is my comfrey. I did put it here with some wood mulch over top of it to kill out the grass, but also because if you don't know about comfrey, it digs real deep into the ground to pull up nutrients, and I have clay soil. So I know my soil holds on to a lot of nutrients, which is one of the reasons it's so compact and condensed. And I'm going to eventually use that as a fertilizer for comfrey tea, but I know people use this medicinally as well. Going over to bed number 14, we do have Tabasco peppers. One thing I am seeing is that I'm having to pick some of these pretty early because of the sunlight it keeps getting sun scald by the time they're ready to be harvested. And that's just because, as you can see, the sun scald, and that's just because it's in direct sun, and hot peppers usually stick straight up, especially small ones like this. We have another Tabasco pepper here. This is my stevia. I need to go ahead and come harvest some of it and dry it out and look up all the uses I can do with it. Right here, this vine, they're tiger melons, they're cantaloupes, and then right here we have a yellow doll watermelon. So these are growing out really nicely. We got 3 tiger plants, and then we got cantaloupes down here. And this is what I want them to do. That's what this whole area is going to be. Disregard that right there, because as you can see, that's the corn. I dug them up. Okay. We're probably going to put the melons here and let them continue to sprawl over here once I run out of those spaces of the holes over there, because I want this whole area just melons. Okay. So that's what these are going to get used for. I pulled this raspberry out of the pot because, as I've mentioned to you guys before, earlier in the season, that and my blackberry died back at a certain area, and I didn't know why, so I'm assuming it's because of the roots. So I've just been taking apart the soil to discover the root ball, because I'm going to dig a hole and they're just going to go in the ground. I mean, they say not to. Or should I put them in these? Let me know if I should put them there, because I can always burn holes in the landscape fabric and let the melons continue to grow. But let me know. Should I go ahead and put them in these grow bags? I feel like they'll outgrow it by next year. So that's why I want to put them in the ground. Coming down, we do also have fruit trees. So this is an apple tree. This should be, I believe, the black Arkansas apple. This is my Santa Fe plum. I'm sorry, that's the black Arkansas right there. This is actually the pink lady apple. And if we come up back to this bag, we have a sunflower trying to grow. So I'm going to see if it does anything. In this grow bag, I pulled the ginger, and I have my Chicago hardy fig right there. This is a bale of Georgia peach tree. We have some Beauregard sweet potato slips here. This is another peach tree. It is the Red Haven. We have 2 elderberries. One is Adams variety, and I believe the other one is a York variety. You do need 2 for it to pollinate. I'm debating about putting them in the ground too, because then I can actually be using these buckets for potatoes. This is the wheelbarrow, just to show you how much water we've received. I mean, if I put it at the bottom, it goes all the way past my wrist, all the way there, if you can see it, you know. So we've gotten a good amount of water. Even with this stuff in here, I mean, it doesn't make much of the water a difference of the level of it, even with these small amount of things in here. But this is great water to use to fertilize an area. I mean, to water the plants. Rainwater is so great. I need to put together my watering system back there in the very back. That white container back there. I need to find a way to get that hooked up to my gutters so I can collect it. Moving along the floor here though, I do still have plants that I need to put in the ground. Some of them are looking really sad, but we have lemongrass. We have our Maypop passion fruit. I'm going to make an arch trellis at one of these entrances. So I am thinking about moving the grow bags around so that I can do that. and I'm gonna let that take over the trellis. Over here, we do have our tomatoes, our marigolds, and some blue butterfly peas. So my blue butterfly peas are just now starting to vine. So I'm excited to see as they grow up this T-post, the blue flowers. Over here we have different varieties of tomatoes. So we have a Dr. White cheese, we have a Brandywine, we have a Abe Lincoln tomato, a pineapple tomato, a mushroom basket tomato, a giant Belgium. We got a Tiffin Mennonite. This looks like a Brandywine. We got an Aunt Ruby's German green tomato. We have a Sweet 100. Over here, we have other varieties as well. So this is a Cherokee purple. This is a Goldie tomato. This is an Old German. And as you can see, my tomatoes are just getting to the point to where they can be trellised up. And if you're seeing this, I am using a Velcro tape that I got from Lowe's. It's reusable. That's why I wanted to use it. I actually really like it. I'm going to try to find a link for it, even if it's on Amazon, so that you all can use it. You just cut it. It Velcros around itself. And at the end of the season, I'm going to sit here and put them all together and use them for next year. And I decided to use those because for the last few years, I've been using these clips. But you see, they break. This comes off and it breaks. But you see, I can't even get that open anymore. And this is the old fencing I used last year for the tomatoes, which is why that clip is still even on there. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Coming back to bed number 14 though, y'all. This is our candy striped zinnia, so it looks like it's about to get ready to open up and bloom. I'm really excited about that. This is a dragon cayenne pepper right here, and we have a few that's starting to ripen. I'm really excited. I'm going to step over. We also have some Kilimanjaro marigolds. We also just have some regular orange marigolds that I purchased. This looks like it's about to get ready to be needed to be deadheaded. We got some dark opal basil. That one isn't looking as good as that one is, and that actually looks like a cinnamon basil. These marigolds, they're going to get tall before they open, which is why I love them. So that's what's in bed number 15. Right there is an Olympian fig that I pruned back because it looked like it was dying. So I wanted to see if it would come back because my stevia was coming back. And I was just really shocked about that. So we're going to see what it does, or if it does anything. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to bed number 12. In this bed, I had the Canterbury bells in here. But since then, I have pulled them just like I have pulled the verbena. However, I did not pull the foliage of the verbena that was still alive. So in the fall time, going into spring, these will flower and be so beautiful. But right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Roselle plants. And that's a Roselle hibiscus. A lot of Jamaicans call it sorrel. They make a good type of juice with it, a tea basically like, and I'm really excited. I'm kind of actually nervous now that I think about it because I have seen someone grow these Roselles, just one, to 6 feet wide. I'm sorry, 6 feet tall, but 10 foot wide. So this is gonna be huge and I'm excited for it. I still have not gotten to put landscape fabric down right here because of the rain. Going over to bed 11, you guys. This bed is looking pretty to a degree, but the green beans are starting to give out. So I am going to go ahead and just pull these green beans. If there's anything on there, I'll go ahead and take them. You can see they are still flowering, but I'm going to go ahead and pull them, and I'm just going to throw some flower seeds here so that I have more flowers. Right here in this corner, though, on both corners of the bed, I do have white echinacea. I think it's, well, actually, no, it's not white echinacea. They were purple. I don't even know why they turned white, but it was purple. Then I have bells of Ireland in here as well. Keisha graced me enough with some seeds to get these started. And I mean, I think they're absolutely beautiful. They're a great filler for bouquets. So that's why I have them. If you can see right here, this is how vigorous cucumbers are. Look at it trying to grow up the plant. Just trying to take it over. I don't know why, but it can do what it wants to. These are the echinaceas over here that I did deadhead. So that's why it's not looking like anything. Right here in the way, I have grapevines here. I have 4 of them. One's a green one, one's a red one, or purple, and then I think I got 2 of each. So one's green and one's purple. We have some snapdragons and geraniums in here that I recently put in here. Those are like perennials in our area. All right, y'all, we are in the house because my camera said it was hot, so it told me to take a break. But I haven't showed y'all this lately or anything like that. Like, I cured the garlic and everything, but I'm proud to show y'all how much we got, okay? This is the garlic. Yes, yes, she was a garlic. Yes, yes, she was a garlic. Very spicy, very nicey. So, garlic is going to get processed probably here in a few. If that's something you want me to record, let me know. But another thing, last year I had bird seed that I threw at the pond, and you guys, our sunflowers came back and volunteered, and we have 2 varieties. They're 2 branching varieties. So I'm wondering if any of these cross-pollinated from last year, because as you can see, this one, it's a lot deeper of an orange, and these are yellow. And then if you look at this, if you look at the side, it bulges out. You see that? They bulge out while this one's more flat. I don't know, but I thought it was a pretty bouquet. I've given away about 2 to 3 other bouquets so far. And I did just start some more sunflowers because I want some more. Because y'all know me, last year we had the chocolate, and so I want more sunflowers. But I had to show y'all that. Let's get outside. As we work our way back down to the garden bed, I do want to show you guys, this is the tape Velcro that I am using that I got from Lowe's this year. And yeah, like I said, so far so good. Now I got a bad habit of leaving stuff out here, but oh well. Coming down back to this bed, you guys, I said we got our grapes here that I'm going to continue to vine through this fence because I am going to put it up. I thought I wouldn't because my dog's been doing so good, but I'm going to put it up, and I'm actually going to move one of these grow bags. Probably move actually both of them in between these 2 trees. Y'all tell me, should I get rid of them raspberries or should I just put them in the ground in between the trees? I feel like that'll be a lot, but I may move them grow bags in between. I don't know yet, but I know where these grow bags are at. That's where I'm going to be actually putting an entrance. So I'm going to eventually have to get a gate and have that for the garden because that's going to actually be the entrance to it. So all of this will be blocked off. Anyways, we got snapdragons, we got geraniums, we got a coral pink one, and then we got a regular pink one. This cabbage is going to have to be pulled. It is being decimated, y'all. Look at it, all slimy and stuff. That rain ain't helping it, not at all. And then there's spiders all in here, just hiding and living and thriving. And this one as well. Got a lot of ants in here, but this one as well. We're going to chop it up as, nope. So that's going to then be gone. Oop, there it is. We're going to put flowers in here, because that's what I want these 2 beds to be, flower beds. Right here, y'all, it looks like we have our very first Cosmo about to open up. We got carnations here. We got a Swiss chard that looks like it's on its little last leg, even though it shouldn't be. This, I don't even remember what these are. They may be carnations too. I'm gonna have to look back in the videos and tell y'all what those are. I don't remember. There's some type of flower though, I know that. Our borage is struggling. This looks like it's already been decimated. Don't know why. This is an extra carnation that I put here. Then I got a lot of weeds growing in here. I think this bed is about to be replaced, and we're just not going to get any borage this year, unfortunately, because these weeds are trying to take over, and they're not even weeds. I shouldn't be calling them weeds. These are miniature trees, y'all. These are miniature trees that are taking over this borage bed. I don't know why my borage isn't doing so well here. I just don't understand, but this year has been so weird in general. Oh well. Coming over to this bed, you guys, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I put all of my blueberries over here, you guys. And if you watch one of my earlier videos, I got a harvest, one blueberry, but I got a harvest off of my pink lemonade blueberries, and it tastes like candy. I'm definitely probably going to order some more of those. But I did put my strawberries over here from my one GreenStalk. I do have another GreenStalk of strawberries that I need to put over here. So I put the strawberries over here, y'all, because my dog's trying to jump on me. Let's see if you can see him back there. Try and be silly. As long as he don't show out going in my beds, we're gonna be fine. But I put the strawberries over here because I had my strawberries actually in my vertical towers because they're great to grow in there. But if you've seen my videos, you heard me say that, one, I don't water them as consistently as I should. But number two, the roots have gotten so long. I mean, my roots are literally at the bottom of the pockets. So that soil would not be viable for anything other than strawberries. And I'm not having that. Me personally, I want one of these to actually be a herbal GreenStalk. I want to move it closer towards the house of the front part of the garden as well, simply because my water hose doesn't reach all the way down here. Last year I put in my drip irrigation because I went through 4 different water hoses from them breaking over time, and one of my sunflowers just fell. I wonder if my dog's been running by it. I mean, it literally just fell. That's so sad. But because of that, y'all, I just want to take them out of there. Like I said, my last 2 towers of them anyways have died because with GreenStalks, the way you water it, sometimes 9 times out of 10, the bottom tier may be the one most neglected. So you gotta water it like a certain way, but it's great to have it on self-watering. One day we'll get to it. It just ain't gonna be today because, like I said, it's going to rain. Another thing I do have in this bed though is some calendula. Now my calendula is starting to get a disease on it. I am going to harvest this calendula, but it's getting a disease on it, and because of that I may pull it. It was also shading out one of my blueberries back there, so this one definitely is going to get pulled. And then in between here, I actually have another blueberry back here. Yeah, I think these are going to get pulled. Unfortunately, they're still producing and everything. And I mean, I have a whole quart of calendula outside of anything I harvest now, outside of any of the calendula that I'm about to start, that we're going to be putting in the garden going into fall. So yeah, also we have a mystery watermelon that popped up. It's so funny because the year I moved in here, it'll be 3 years I've been here, but the year I moved in here, I brought a watermelon seed and I was like, I'm going to plant it, and even if I don't get the home, somebody will have it. Well, it wasn't in this bed, but apparently I dropped a watermelon over here, or a bird moved it. So we have a watermelon. It's funny because last year I didn't have any type of red watermelons, but yet that was the seed that popped up and grew those. So maybe that's what this is. But I also did orange and yellow watermelons last year. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving over to the next bed though, you guys, I'm really excited about these. This is my purple sweet potatoes. Now I'm really super duper excited about them because I've only had one time in my lifetime that I've had a purple Japanese sweet potato. So I'm wondering how they're going to produce, if they're going to do well, if they're not. But we will see. The leftover soil from those strawberries that was in the GreenStalks are in this bed. That's how I was able to get it filled up. I am hoping the sweet potatoes do not go any further than this raised bed. But last year when I used my other raised bed, they was trying to grow actually in ground. So I'm hoping they don't do that here, but if they do, oh well. This is one of the GreenStalks that I was telling you about with the strawberries. Now, I told y'all how to sit here and have strawberries to where you don't have to buy them again. And that's by allowing them to produce runners. And in the fall time, You guys, I put these in different little pot areas here, and because of my neglectfulness, this is what I would do. And then you water this in, it'll end up growing roots, and then you can cut it off of the plant, and there you go with new strawberry plants. That's the same concept it'll do sitting in ground as well. So I'm just going to let it populate and be like a natural cover mulch for the blueberries, and that's what we're going to do for that. Coming over into this bed, I have my peppers. So I have a yellow bell, we have a pimento, we actually got 2 pimentos, we have a flavor burst, we have a mystery pepper, we also have peppercini, we got an early summer, we got a Mad Hatter, we have an orange bell, and we have a giant Marconi as well as a Chardonnay, and we got a Poblano. So that's what's in these beds. I did go ahead and pick their fruit a few weeks ago prematurely because I want these to get bigger and to bush out. Coming over into this bed, I need to move this acorn squash, but this is some more of the bergamot sweet potatoes. They keep trying to trail over, and I'm just putting them right on back in the bed because I want them to have as many entry points as possible to produce as many sweet potatoes as possible. They store very well for me in my basement. I did not actually have to can any sweet potatoes until April of this year. And last year I harvested these in like September, maybe October, early October if that, but I could have sworn I harvested it in September and I planted it in May. Right behind us then, we do have 2 other GreenStalks, you guys. We have a lot of holes to fill. Another thing, like the strawberries, brassicas will pull up all of this soil as they grow. They're not looking good. I mean, we're getting plenty of rain, but they're just not getting as watered as they need to. But you can see the soil is pretty moist. This is compost that I just topped the soil with. So underneath, the soil is way thinner. Then this mochi looking stuff at top, that was just compost that I put on top. You guys, I don't know what it is with GreenStalks. Maybe I got too many. Maybe I'm not doing proper care enough for it, but I don't feel like they're flourishing. I feel like anytime I get stuff in raised beds, that's when they start to flourish. I don't really want to get rid of the GreenStalks, so I'm going to keep trying my hand at trying to get things to grow. And when I get the drip on it, oh, you won't be able to tell me anything because it may just be me in the water. So I'm going to put a drip on this. That's what I keep saying, the infamous drip video, but we'll see. This one as well is another bed with brassicas in the GreenStalks. So in both of these, we have cabbages, we have collards, we have some cauliflower. Some of this is being decimated. I watched a video with James Prigioni, and he was saying that, like, I understand that there's certain brassicas we can grow throughout the whole season, but when you're seeing pest damage on them, it's best to get rid of them so that those pests don't come onto your new fall brassicas. I like that way of thinking. So honestly, these are just sitting here, honestly, just taking up space. I need to figure out what I'm going to put in here. I'm thinking honestly to do my onions and my garlic in here, and then I'll have enough time to look and see what else I can put in the GreenStalks, because what I've been doing is just not working for me. So I know I need to change something to try to find a better way of growing things in my GreenStalks. Last year things were way better though, so I gotta also try to remember that maybe it's just this weird year that we're having this year. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna go to the next 2 GreenStalks, and then we have 2 more beds to show you, and we'll wrap this up. So coming to my 2 pink GreenStalks, you guys, I am not having a problem at all with these Alpine strawberries that I got at like the 2 top tiers of this one. And then I don't know what this is. I'm still waiting for it to flower. Keisha gave it to me. I don't remember what she said it was. I also have spicy peppers over here. Some of them are doing okay, some of them are not. I actually have a cucumber plant at the very bottom right here as well, because I was told we can grow about anything in here, so I wanted to try it. So I have another cucumber cucumber plant right here. This one isn't looking the best, but you guys, I did go ahead and fertilize these the same time that I fertilized my beds. So it could be that. I also know with our rain, we're getting like hours of rain, but then when it's not raining, we're hitting the 90s, top almost 100 degrees. So the flip-flop of the weather, I'm sure, is stressing these plants out, because if it ain't, it should be. And I say that because I'm getting stressed out. Now in this tower, sorry, I thought it was a bug. I need to prune this back. This is a basil. This is actually a boxwood basil. The more you chop it back, the bushier it gets. So I need to do that because it looks like it may be trying to go to seed. And I'm going to give it a drastic haircut. This right here is a lemon thyme. And y'all, when I tell you, this lemon thyme smells so citrusy and so good. I love it. Now, I do have peppers in here that look like they were stunted. And I say that because they are still super duper small. Thank God we have over 100 days left that I'm going to heavily be fertilizing these things. Because, I mean, honestly, you guys, I'm really sad at how some of these are looking still. This one right here is ready to be picked. I don't remember what some of these were, but I know they were all some type of bell pepper. Either the purple beauties, some was habanadas, some were pepperoncinis, some were lilac beauties. So they're all different type of peppers. And I have some datil peppers in here. So I'm going to be heavily fertilizing once a week, if not twice a week, because I want to get some type of harvest on these. And I know these are basically like container gardening, so you have to water these a lot more often than your actual beds. So that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like I may need to fertilize this a lot more often. So I may fertilize this twice a week instead of once a week. Now right here, I do just have a mint plant. I will not be putting mint in the ground. So that's where this is at. As you can see, not everything has been weed eated. So eventually I will get this weed eated because I need to spray it with vinegar to kill this grass out. Coming over to bed number 3. You guys, we have lavender here. And it's about time that I get ready to harvest some lavender. We also have rosemary and a tree that wants to grow. So we're going to go ahead and get that tree out. We got rosemary here. I'm thinking I may move that rosemary right here just to take over the corner where the chamomile was at. We have thyme that has stretched out. That was here before I got to home. We have sage, and then we have parsley back here. Now, I've only done one harvest of the parsley, but I think I am going to get ready to do another one. Moving over to bed number 2. This is another empty bed. We have some onions that are looking pretty decent, starting to size up, but some of them still look very scary. With this one though, these are collard greens in here. I think I'm gonna let them go maybe until next week. Pull the last of the greens, and then I'm pulling the plants, and we're gonna turn this over into something else. You guys, spiders love the yard. This is the plant that I wanted to make sure they would be on, which is my irises versus anything else. So I'm happy my tomatoes are later in the season growing, because otherwise they would be on my tomatoes and I would be scared. So they're all over here doing their natural ecosystem thing, and I'm really proud of them. Coming over here, I still need to weed eat this area, but this fantastic plant right here is a loofah. And it is just trailing all over this bed. I think I'm going to continue to allow it to trail over this bed. If not, if I actually do corn, corn will go here. So I will weed all of this down and corn will go here, because that's where the intention of the corn was going to be. But since I had gotten the grow bags, I said, ooh, let's try that there. So a lot of this needs to be weeded. We'll get that done right there in that space right by my filter. Is a tree trying to grow. We're going to have to cut that down. But y'all, I have holy basil back here as well, because this is where the holy basil was at. So I'm going to try to save that while cutting down all of these weeds. And there's my doggy just running around my yard. Now, y'all, that is the garden tour. This is not the prettiest garden, and this dang sure isn't the most organized. Get out of my plants. But what this is a productive garden that's not stressing me or overwhelming me, which was my biggest goal for this year. But I really do think next year I'm still going to figure out how to weigh these things. Don't laugh at me. I'm going to figure out how to weigh these things about, because I think next year, instead of doing this succession, I think I'm just going to grow a big lump sum of things in certain areas so that I only have to grow it once, and still do it in a way that once I pull it, because I've gotten everything I need for a year's worth, I'll still have enough time for another crop. So I don't think I'm going to start so many crops next year in huge success time frame. So y'all, my camera died. That let me know I need to stop rambling. But I hope y'all have a great day, a blessed one. Thank you for joining me in the garden. It's hot outside. Bye.